Welcome everybody, it's Christ169 aka Mark coming to you with another upload. I'm here, you're there, get on to it now. If you guys are brand new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell. When it will become available. But today's topic is going to be kind of a rough one to talk about. We all have been called out before, in our comment section, how we don't know nothing, we're not understanding what we're doing, blah blah blah. But I think it's time for me to call people out on this. Listen, folks, no, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, okay? None of us do. The Jay's 2 cents, the Gamers Nexus, the Hardware Unboxing, the Digital Foundries, the Ackman, the Hardware Unboxing, Paul's Hardware, all these places don't know what we're talking about half the time. We're going by, we find out on the website or on X or what we read about or what's told to us. It's not saying that what I'm saying, it's just making stuff up out of whole cloth. I can understand if someone says, yeah, you're making up BS out of whole cloth, Mark, you're just saying weird stuff. And when I come to you and talk to you about situations at hand, like the situations with the chip shortages, or with the other situations at hand, like processors or RAM or things of that nature. Yeah, you heard my camera, sorry guys. Of that nature. I'm not telling you guys stuff just to tell you guys stuff. I'm not saying to just say stuff. Okay? I am actually going through reading PC World, reading online, reading IGN. Yeah, of course, IGN are not always what they call great to know about information too, but I read in the different areas. I watch different YouTubers, and I get an idea of what news is going on, and I check online. To verify sources, to verify what they say, I can go on X to even verify too, but even X nowadays is full of a lot of people who are just saying shit to say shit. So to call me out, so you all know what I'm talking about, is like saying Jay's 2 cents don't know what he's talking about. Or Steve from Gamers Nexus. No, guy, a lot of stuff we get is from Twitter, online, or maybe emails. Now, granted, Jay's 2 cents and Steve from Gamers Nexus are a lot bigger than I am, and so they have more, they have more political strings they can pull than I do. I really have none. So I kind of go off what they say, but I take it, I go online with it and research what they said to say if it's real truth or just BS. In most cases, a lot of times, Steve and Jay have been really right on about all this stuff. And when I made the comment about the super cards coming out, probably with a DLSS 5 being announced, and they had 230, and they had two 5090s, showing what a DLSS 5 will look like when turned on, and rendering, is different to what they're trying to do now. They're trying to do AI rendering, but not really with the same situation. They're trying to do differently what DLSS 5 is doing. All three card manufacturers. We're trying to use AI to help make games visually better. I think a low resolution, high resolution doesn't matter. That more information I have to get more information on. But I read about that when I was reading through the DLSS 5 information, weeks ago. So what I'm saying to you guys, is not bullshit. It's just I have a tendency of cramming things together because I want to get everything on a 10 to 15 minute video. I don't want to spend here big 45-minute videos, every day, because you guys can't watch 45-minute videos and I can't make 45-minute videos. I can live streaming, but sitting in the car, sitting in my room, making a video on a phone, 45 minutes is rough, especially when you have things going on out there. We have things going on out there, and you have things going on, things happening, and stuff like that. So it is more trivial for you or for me to make a 45-minute video on a phone talking about a bunch of things one at a time. So I do sometimes kind of cram things together. And for that, I apologize. But what I can't apologize for, is where I get my news information from. Yes, I watch other YouTubers. And I take what they talk about, because I hear about it too, like the DLSS 5. I heard about it at the same time they did. But I didn't watch any videos until later on, because I did a little research. Then I watched videos on I think it was Jay's 2 cents. Gamers Nexus, I don't think talked about it yet, fully yet. I think Paul Hardware did. Hardware Unboxing did a little bit. A Digital Foundry, they praised it being the best thing they ever heard and seen. So I don't know how you could do that there. But I'm still on the fence on it. Like I said, I'm on the fence with DLSS 5. I am not sold on DLSS 5. I'm not sold because I don't know for sure, who's going to be taking jobs. I'm more worried about taking people's jobs away who are in the industry. I'm not worried about, the fact that, you can slap a coat of paint on some person's face and make it look more realistic. If DLSS 5 is going to slap a coat of paint on someone's face, on the gamer's face to make them more like the person who's actually voice acting them, fine, that's great. But if it's there to take away people's jobs and to eliminate paying these actors or paying these artists, graphic designers, that's sad. That's sad, because AI now you can use someone's voice from one sentence and have them do a full conversation with the AI person that looks like them. It sounds like them, but they're not actually them. And so that's how insane AI is right now. Not saying that AI is totally terrible. It's not. It's just something that has to be looked at more. See, guys, I say stuff like this because I care about what's going to go on in the gaming world. I care about what's going to happen in the gaming world. I care about what's happening in our gaming community. I care about what's happening in the system. I care about what's going on here because I truly do care about a lot of you and making sure that we don't get stuck in this in this formula of just having to get stuck into just this constant craziness of having to deal with. We have these game developers, and we have this NVIDIA and blah 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 and DLSS 5 and all these AI nonsense, and it's really confusing right now. It's really confusing. It's really confusing to what you can and can't do because we don't know what to do anymore. None of us do. None of us know. Nobody on YouTube knows what to do. Now about the AI problem. Just let it go and let it be. That's what I've been saying for a while. I'm hearing from people saying now. Let it go, let it be. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. No, we can't get rid of it. We can't chase it away. So it's here. So we have to deal with it. And people calling me out for not knowing what I'm doing. I'm sorry. How many of you guys are on here making these videos and doing research and taking time and now your busy schedules to do this? A lot of you are not. You're just sitting home in your parents' basement and you're running around and you're trying to aggravate people who are passionate about something because you're miserable and you hate everything. So you gotta be a negative Nelly every time. And that's why I block a lot of people like that. I don't mind criticism, but hey, don't make that noise when you're making a video. Don't spit in your trash can or hack up a loogie when you're talking. Those things I understand, and that's why I've been working on a lot of that stuff. And that helps me because hey, the better the video runs better, more smoothly. You have that weird nasty noise I make. So I'm trying to do other crap before I make videos. So that's why that kind of criticism to me is normal. But what bugs me is that people out there on YouTube, our only purpose is to go out there and harass people who are trying to bring news because they're miserable about their lives. They hate what their lives turn into. And the only way they can make themselves feel better is to attack people. And really, attacking me doesn't mean anything. All I'm going to do is yawn and just walk away. I'll just block you, yawn, and walk away. And that's what I've been doing, So I don't worry about people like that. But I'm making this video because, it's like, a lot of these people don't understand. Nobody in YouTube algorithm, no YouTube algorithm, no person, J2 says the gamer anybody between, knows 100% what they're talking about. We're going by what we're told, what we read, and what we understand. It doesn't mean that J2 Cents and Steve Game Nexus making things up. It doesn't mean that I'm chasing their coattails. It doesn't mean anybody else. It means is I'm backtracking what they're saying and figuring out if it's true or not. Why? Because we should do that. Because if you take what people believe to you 100%, you're a damn fool. You should backtrack me as much as you can. Say, hey, Mark, I found this problem, but this thing's not really a problem. Okay, I'm gonna make a video, explain where I got my source from, whatever. I never had to do that because my sources always say PC World, IGN, this place here. I'm sending you guys. You can go to the places and look right at them. Okay. I found this article, PC World. I found this article on IGN. I found this article on this thing. Listen, I'm gonna read it to you, and we're gonna discuss about it. And that's it. So you can't go, oh my God, Mark Line. Oh, right there, on digital black and white. Exactly what it says. And that's why I think a lot of YouTubers need to be understanding that you guys gotta stop all this running around and trying to, irritate people. Listen, I understand YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers out there are phonies. I get it. I have a full-time job. I can quit this anytime I want to and go back to my job and not care. And not worry about it anymore. And then, that'd be fine with me. Now, I contemplating, just leaving. The game historian, is retiring after almost 25, 30 years doing this. The guy makes, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month, on his videos. He ain't doing it for the money anymore. His videos that came out back 5 years ago, I'm still watching because they're awesome. So people like him, the game historian, are walking away because we'll do a different avenue, to do his music or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. And of course, this is the last video here, last part of the video. Game historian, it's been awesome. Hope you get this part of the video, this part. Thank you for the years of all of you done. It's been very entertaining, very entertaining, and pretty good research. So from Mark Crisis 169 to you, Godspeed, my friend. Be safe out there, and hope your music or whatever endeavors you're working on goes righteous for you. Peace out, buddy. See you guys later.